Greetings, everybody. Welcome to the next installment of what was supposed to be DEF CON 2 Aftermath, the team trials for Shimr, my ice control, cold domination, ice mastery controller. However, of it seems as if this entire series has been cursed from the get-go. There was a problem with my chat log file for some bizarre reason. It only recorded 7 KB of the data, which was a literal tip of the iceberg. So I don't have any data to actually analyze. Ergo, it's pointless to do the video as intended. So instead, what we're going to do is we're turning this into Yo threat assessment. We're going to be taking a look at an ice cold controller by the name of Shimr that I created for a series called DEF CON, and we're going to be taking a look at her on a small team of 5 as she goes through the paces of a crazy series of AE missions known as the 801s. These are designed as Incarnate level AE missions. So we're going to see what this controller of mine is made of with her teammates. Let me go ahead and pull up the action, and we're going to jump ahead to the 5-minute mark because I want to start to look at who is she teamed with. Now, Shimr is a vet level 12 controller. She's tier 3'd on all of her Incarnate abilities. I've already shown her build video in solo missions. So go ahead and check out my channel if you haven't liked and subscribed and all that stuff. You can do that now to get there easier. But take a look at her video in the DEF CON playlist. With this one, I'm going to probably park it over my threat assessment side because it's not going to be an official DEF CON. But let's see who is on the squad with her because I was teamed up mainly with some of the best of the worst members. Those cultists that are over here on, I don't know if everybody's on there's not Everlasting, but Excelsior, but I know there's some people who are cross-server players. But we're gonna get a team of 5 total, and I'm trying. There we go. And everybody is incarnated because the initial point of this was to take on this much more challenging content. So we've got Mightless Climax, a scrapper that has claws, energy aura, and energy mastery. I'm not going to bother showing you Blue Charger's powers because they actually swap characters when we realize we don't have any sort of tanking on the squad. But there's our scrapper. And then we have another character jumps in, Gamma Lock. And Gamma Lock is a Dominator. Let's see if I can get to their stats here. Jump ahead a little bit. Where are you, Gamma Lock? Oh, that's safe word. We don't want to see safe word yet. All right, so Gamma Lock is another one of our vets. Vet level 25. Electric control, radioactive assault, and mace mastery. Then our 5th and final player, sort of, is going to be safe word. And safe word is vet level 5, gravity, sonic, soul mastery. And it's at this point we're going, yeah, we got a problem because we got 3 control archetypes, 1 sentinel, and 1 scrapper. It's not a very durable party. So Blue Charger says, hey, I'll go ahead and switch. And that's what they do. And they come back with a tank. They called Primordius. There's Primordius. And I think I pull up their information. Where is it? There we go. Primordius, back up. Is vet level, what, 36? There we go. Vet level 36, stone, fire, fire. So this, my friends, is the team that goes into these AE missions. Now I'm going to go ahead and skip this first one because the intention was we're going to run a normal mission first to kind of get our legs under us, and then jump over to the AE building to do the real challenge. And again, this was going to be our DEF CON unleashing. Everybody's incarnated, everybody's 50'd, everybody's IO'd, and we're taking on really challenging AE content. Custom designed everything. If you haven't tried the 801 series. It's something you can uh, give yourself a real tough challenge with. All right, so then the idea is we're going to run these 801s, and we're running them from the lower level ones. So I think I start with 801 1 and work my way up 801 2, 3, etc. until the team gets wiped. And once the team is wiped, the challenge ends, and I was supposed to have the stats recorded, and I could go back and analyze them at that point. But like I said, I don't have the stats because they didn't get recorded. So that's the plan. We're gonna start running these crazy ass missions and going until the team drops. There's no hospitaling. You can res or waken or whatever with your various powers, but nobody could exit the mission to use the hospital. This way, if you dropped, you had to either get yourself up or hopefully one of your allies would get you up. And as you can see, we don't have anybody who is a healer style of character. Shimr is a cold domination supporter, so she's got shields and some debuffs and things. She doesn't have any res or direct healing. All right, so there you go. This is where we're going to pick this up. And what I'm going to do is while the video's playing is I'm going to just use my little telestrator tool here. And we're going to break down the plays, talk you through what's going on, what I'm seeing, what I remember experiencing, look at the strategies and tactics, look at the goof ups, the screw ups, or the just poning some fools action that the team went through. So without further ado, let's go ahead and fire this up. No hosping. You die, you lay there, or res your ass, your own self. And most of these 801s, I think, were created by a user named Linnea. I'll put the link to the forum link that they have put up that has a list of the various missions and their challenge level. And I also just caution the team: there's no going into the email to like grab your stash of wakies either. So you play with what you got in your tray. Now, a lot of people are using these AEs just to kind of farm and crap, or you just people doing some custom missions. All right, so it's like a 2-hour time limit. I don't but that much fucking time. But what we're gonna use it for is these 801s, these really challenging missions that were designed to uh, challenge a team of incarnates. So if you have a bunch of incarnate powers and you're like, wow, these 54 times 8 missions that you can get like radios or tips and stuff are a joke. Well, this is the type of thing you can go ahead and test yourself with. They're designed for larger teams as well. Now we're going to about a half-size team, so we were expecting a challenge, and we'll see what happens. I don't want to spoil it. So let me go ahead and fire this up. So I am shielding people at this point, giving them their resistance and defense shields, and you'll notice our tank. I got him with the shields real quick, and he's darting into the mission, which is always, of course, risky to do that. So there he is right there. Boom. But at least I got him with his ice shields before he took off. All right. This is one of those dangerous locations. This can either be an advantageous type of map geography, or this can be a newbie trap type of geography. If you take a look at what we've got here, got a sewer map, and we've got a narrow archway with a group of foes on the other side. So we got my pen tool here working. Yes, all right, now it's working. So maybe it's not working. 1 second there. All right, my pen tool is stuck. It's working now. So here is this archway, and you can see it's a nice pinch point. So typically, what I would do, depending on what I'm playing and if I'm by myself or not, but I like to draw the enemies into this pinch point so I can taunt. Let's say if I'm playing a tank or if I'm playing like a controller, I can start dropping some controls right here and bring the enemy into this narrow corridor because you have the advantage here. You're able to concentrate your fire on a small piece of real estate, and they're all bunched up. If you go into here, you're immediately surrounded by, because the room on the other side is, yay wide, and there's going to be guys over here as well as the ones you see that are sitting in the doorway here. So you're immediately surrounded by a bunch of dudes that can hit you from all different sides. So I prefer to hang back here. Now, Primordius being a big bad alpha tank with all their incarnates is like, F that, I'm going in. Show you how badass I am. Which is fine. That's cool, right? If you're built tough, you can do that. From my support perspective, you can see what I'm seeing. I see that as a problem because now I have no, line of sight to directly help that particular character that I might be supporting. Now, it's not such a bad situation because remember what I'm playing. I'm playing a cold domination support set, and cold domination is a, fire and forget support. So I've already done my two shields, and I think I got him with frostwork as well. So he's already, armored up with what I can do. There's nothing else I can do directly for him at this point. So it really doesn't matter that I can't see him. But it's still nice to see what's going on in there so I can, leverage my controls and my other debuffs correctly so, I can target center mass, that kind of thing. Right now, I really can't see anything, and three of my teammates have disappeared from my line of sight, which is a support tool. I always hate losing line of sight on my team. Take down, take down. And just like that, Primordius down for the count. How much time did that take to go from full to empty? Because we saw with a previous video I was running with my stalker, one of my support stalkers that I had, was it, no, it was Dead Cell. And Dead Cell was running a team, and we had a fairly newbie brute that was kind of alpha leading, and they died within 7 seconds of contact with the enemy. So let's see what happens here again. Let's get a count. Okay, Primordius got shielded up, I believe. I've lost sight of them. All right, they're in. So it's 24, 26. Let's call it 24, 25. Dropping some controls, some debuffs. Bang. 24, 35. 10 seconds. Primordius, you were close, but you did not break the record. But dang, son, for a incarnate badass, you just went down hard. But hey, this is what, and I, as a supporter, hey, you're to blame. Really wasn't anything I could do, right? You could see what I'm seeing. He's out of my sight. I just got in there after doing my buff up shield stuff. Bam. That's on your tank if they go in there like that, unsupported because of the line of sight breaking. Take down, take down. Oh no. Oh, Mightless Climax is getting worked. All right. There's my first of many rebirths in order to help. Notice what I'm doing. Notice what Safe Word is doing. Both of us are playing that, come get me posture, right? We're keeping our distance. We're breaking line of sight from the enemy with the geometry. We want them coming in here. I've been dropping my patches and things here in order to get a bunch of control out there. That would be the optimal scenario. Everybody else is dove in here. We've got Gamma I can see. Gamma might be rethinking their life choices and bailing out here. Primordius is down already. You saw Mightless redlined just a couple seconds after Mightless did. And I kind of find it ironic that we have Endless Might and Mightless. We should rename Mightless Climax, Mightless End. All right, dropping bombs. Safe where it's going to town. Oh, Gamelock, watch out. Gonna throw some more pets in there. See, I don't know what to expect with this mission because I haven't run it before. And it's still like I can barely see what the hell's going on. I don't know what's in there. I'm just dropping bombs. Primordius is you saying ate the alpha for us to keep the rest of the team safe. Now, I think the difference here is I think you'll see Primordius kind of learns their lesson. They're not going to just willy nilly dive in as often as you just saw there. Now, what they just did would be fine if you ran a standard, 54 times 8 tip mission or radio or whatever, paper mission. Perfectly fine. Hell, if you ran just the ITF, that would work. But these AEs are, I think, like the template for these, 4-star uh, more modern strike forces and task forces that you see out there. I don't know if Linnea has any connection with the development team or not, but they were custom designing these AE missions. The stuff they were doing, from what I understood, is not possible with the standard just in-game AE editor. They were editing their files somehow on their computer and uploading it, and the game was able to recognize what they were doing. So the stuff they've built is super customized, not like costumes, but just their powers and what the powers are able to do. So it's pretty crazy. All right, well, there you go. Tank got smoked. All right, so now we're buffing up. We're getting our notes. We're getting our pets out. Where everybody's like, okay, this is serious. I'm gonna bring out as many freaking targets as I can. Does the lower bone count? Support your tank. And the team is gonna let Primordius take the lead. I mean, that's what he's here for. I wasn't gonna charge up there. Hell no. These enemies have a lot of debuff, a lot of control. Not the kind of stuff you see in the standard game content. Now, we have a ton of control on our squad, so I almost think this could have been an unfair test, but it didn't seem to make a huge. I don't know, it's hard to say because I haven't compared it to anything, but it's not like we were just poning fools. Now, one thing that I did notice, and you just saw it, I thought was a big help, and I commented on it at some point. But right there, Gamelock is using electric control, and there's that chain confuse. That chain confuse was huge. I think we wouldn't have gotten as far as we did. Spoiler, we don't make it all the way to the end without that confuse. Now we're gonna make it far, but we're not gonna get to like the pinnacle of the 801s here. You can see they're already attacking each other back there. He's got the guys way in the back confusing. But Gamelock does take a lot of aggro. Now, I don't have any self-heals. Trying to get a good position here. Nice wormhole. That's another big thing we were doing here. Safe was using wormhole pretty effectively, lumping things up. either on our tank, and a few times I think she was throwing it onto my patches because I was dropping ice patch, sleet, and what was ice storm, just dumping guys onto that. All right, so now we have tons of control. Now, the one thing I really like with these 801s is the sort of creativity with the enemy mobs. You know, they're all having debuffs, controls. You know, they're not sort of one-trick ponies like you'll find with standard mobs in the game. They've got layered and stacked, thoughtful design, and also most, if not all, of the spawns are going to have an EB leader. So you're not just going against a single boss or whatever. You got a couple bosses, an EB in the mix. Yes. Now I am the softest character here because everybody else, the two dominators, are going to have Mez protection with Domination Hot, and I'm assuming they're both permadoms or probably close to it. You've got the Scrapper and Tank got shields, armor, so they're going to be okay. But I've got just my own controls. So I'm playing a different style here than you might have seen me in other missions where I'll be much more aggressive in the front. But when you're fighting against this just more dangerous enemies, you gotta know your role. My role is backline support, backline control. So I'm gonna hang back, let my alpha dogs get in there, take some aggro. The debuffs of like Benum might be good against some of these enemies because they have their own buffs and stuff. I just don't know which ones. It's a custom group of characters, so yeah, it's one challenge with this, with these 801s is you're not familiar with the enemy groups. They're not very distinctive. You know, it looks like, oh, some dudes with guns and stuff. It doesn't go scream at you like, hey, that's the sorcerer. Hey, that's the sapper. Take him down. So exactly who these mobs are, what they can do, I have no idea. And the other thing I was going to say is that I can also, because I've got two dominators, I don't need to be like the sole control source here, right? I know Gamma and Safe Word are going to help lock everything down. So I'll be able to focus more on debuffs, attacks, that kind of stuff, and chip in that way. Not so much like I need to lock down every spawn that comes our way. It's not my job. So I'm just adapting my style to what we're facing and what my teammates can do. Now the thing is this is like tier 1 of these missions, so they get harder as you go. We've only defeated one of the 9 guys we got to take out. So one thing I'm doing here is I'm keeping my eye on that back door. You know, because our tank is here and drawing aggro there, but you saw there were some guys coming from back here. So it's possible they don't have the attention for the tank. They might slip around this way. So you saw me originally looking over this way and getting a hold on this guy. I think Jack went over there too. And then Mightless, you see him coming around the side as well. So just making sure, you know, this back door is blocked because you don't want to be all focused this way and all of a sudden 3, 4 guys come around the corner and just smoke you from behind. Not pleasant. It's crazy. I think like Mightless takes a bunch of hits. I'm assuming he's got his shields and everything else going, but a lot of times I've seen him just getting hit for like half his health. So these enemies, they pack a punch. But you'll notice we have a ton of control that's preventing a lot of the damage from even coming at us. I really don't know, or I would really be nervous if, in hindsight, let's say you run this again and you don't have this amount of control. Like, yeah, let's say you had a couple blasters on the squad. You wouldn't have anywhere near the level of control. You'd have more firepower, yeah, but I don't think it would matter. Again, nice. Bring the wormhole, brings them to you. Okay, I'm trying to get these back row guys damaged because they're uncontrolled. They're not up into melee yet. So focus my attention on them rather than throwing even more control onto the main group. Now, I did mess around with this thing solo, but I set it to -1 times 3. I've already got aggro. That's one thing I did notice with these enemies. They were pretty aggro happy. So I don't know if they have expanded perception or something. Probably. But they are seeing you from way back there and they start shooting. So it's real easy to have multiple groups on you at one time. Not like a lot of the regular COH mobs where you can pretty much stand inches away, beating the hell out of their buddy, and they don't do anything. Now I'm trying to control my own aggro footprint a lot. I don't want to get any solo attention. This guy's got a repulsion bubble. I'd love to be able to design one of these types of missions, but like I said, I think you need special know-how in order to customize the mobs like this. But this is the kind of shit that you need to be able to do with AE. Because to me, this would be more fun than just farming. Or more fun than, oh, let's go run some more radio missions. And it's a shame that the XP and the AE got nerfed. I thought these guys would be AVs at this level, but yeah, I was expecting arch villains, but we got only elite bosses. I think that is the setting. And I think the AVs don't kick off until maybe halfway up the tier of difficulty. Now that was like nutso. It was nutso what Safe Word just says. Dump those guys like right behind our tank, who probably didn't see that. Now luckily they were all stunned, but that could have been dangerous if somebody breaks out of their control within a couple seconds, and now they're like right on top of me and Dami. But come on. I'm always tempted to click these glowies because sometimes they'll trigger an ambush. That's be hilarious. But I behaved myself. So yeah, I'm just hanging in the back, shield every couple minutes, drop my patches, throw some controls, debuffs. Don't draw too much attention to myself. I guess I'll wait to click till we secured the area. think everybody's behaving themselves, not clicking.
Oh, what the
Like right there,
was
guys.
that?
I do know what that'll hit me. First death. All right, everything's fine. Everybody's like max health, right? I'm shielding up. Shield, shield, and dead. I wasn't even doing anything. I didn't attack anybody. But right there, I took 1,000 followed by 1,300. So whoever is back there just blasted the living crap out of me. I might have been a cone or something that I just got caught in the crossfire. Let's see who this was. It had to be that EB, right? Yeah, I just saw him. I think he might have used the tier 9 nuke. But look at that. Just one blast. All of my freaking health is gone. This would have been a one shot back in the day. Gamma Lock's almost dead.
Oh, what the was that? Dude, I just got blown the frick away.
Yeah, these groups just unload. If you can get a hold of them with your controls first, they're not a big challenge. But if they start shooting you and you're not ready, and it's also a good example of how positioning is important with tanks and you when you're working with a tank. Because here we are. Back this up. Now watch where I am. And I wasn't worried about it, but now in hindsight, I'm going, yeah, I shouldn't have been there. Again, it's not really anything wrong, but if you look, here's the guy I think that has the huge cannon attack. This dude right here. Looks like Mothman. He's sitting right here. Our tank goes in here to engage the enemy. So he's got good position. He's right in there. The rest of us are back here. But I think that's a cone attack or something. Okay, he's turning. Big boss guy's turning. Blammo. So it looks to me, and I forget that power's name, but I'm pretty sure it's the tier 9 from Beam Rifle. And I forget if it's a cone or just a targeted AoE. But I'm in that range, right? That area. Now here's where, I've talked about this with some of the other videos is it's nice if the tank gets the enemy to turn away from the party for this exact reason. Now I don't know if this is oh my gosh, Promortis, you screwed up. I don't think it's like that. It's just bad luck, bad positioning. But that's what you'll see me talk about in a lot of the videos is if I see a tank standing still facing the enemy and the parties behind them, that's a bad position for everybody. Not necessarily the tank, but anybody standing behind the tank, he's the one that's drawing fire. So I'm assuming this guy is shooting at Primordius with his huge tier 9, I'm guessing, and it's just unloading back here and I'm directly down stream here, same with downrange and same with gamma lock, so we're both blam blam. Wednesday's over here with safe word, Mightless is over here, so they're out of that line of this attack. But I didn't know what the hell's there. I was just following along. I was shielding, right? I'm shield, and all of a sudden bam. And when I'm shielding, I'm looking at my team because I might be clicking on their spots here, or I might be using my tab button. I think it's what I got. Tab is my no, it's not my tab. It's one of my anyway, one of my stupid hotkeys. I've got cycle my allies. So I'm clicking that with one hand, and then I'm either direct clicking my shields with my other, or I have these bound to keys. I think it's T, Y, and U. So this is like T, Y, U. So cycle to an ally, psh, 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 like this. So that's what I'm doing. 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. My head's down. I'm not paying attention. I'm coming around the corner, clicking my shields, and then blam. That's why here we go. What the hell? I don't even know what the hell hit me. But that's how, things can turn real quick. So if you're a tank, you want to try to get the enemy turned away from your allies so that these AoEs, these cones aren't coming in this direction. I don't think the regular game often has enemies with cone attacks. That's why it's not typically encountered, but you'll see it more in, harder content. Stuff like this. And the other thing is, watch your own positioning and keep your head on a swivel.
Oh, what the
Bam, right there. It's over. All right, let's get back into the fight. Toggle up.
fuck is Jack doing?
Jack just got his ass kicked. Dude, bam. Shit, there goes Rufus. Is that safe word? Safe words gets. All right. So I just got back up, resummoning my shit. And Jack just took off to attack. All right, so Primordial. Oh, look at this, dude. You see this? I think the same thing just happened to Safe Word that happened to me. I think that says 1,525 damage. So I'm guessing, here's Primordius again. We've got aggro on this rear group. I don't know if Jack did it or something happened. But boom, it's on. Safe where it's going. Looks like to just try to point blank control. Looks like they're wormholing. And then blammo takes a beam of energy right to the face. Game over, man. Game over. Nothing you can do. Jack's down. Down goes Safe Word. And usually, Wednesday's pretty tough. I haven't seen her characters get killed, but maybe once or twice. And this was like blam. So this is what, our third death? And I was trying to finish that guy in the back here.
I don't even know what the hell hit me.
Well, the team's really good at getting each other up. Getting back to the fight as soon as possible. And I don't. Yeah, there's so many things were just slowing me. I don't know what it was. I'm still trying to figure out what the hell is like these powers. And ambushes start coming. Look at all the confusion. And sleep. I mean, Gamma's putting in work. I mean, there's good things. Our controls are very variable, wide spectrum. Like you got the patch, sleep, drain, confuse, jumping that you got from Gamma Lock. Safe words, wormhole and dropping crap. Sinji's holding things down. And then I'm bringing a lot of slows, a lot of debuffs. So the combination of those three was, I think, really powerful for our team.
All right, let's keep going. Yeah, I didn't even have a chance on that thing.
And there's a lot of ambushes in these 801s. Patrols. And it seems like a lot of the placement of enemies is very intentional too.
So my goal here is to really test the whole team with the much more challenging stuff to see if on the margins is there any major difference, because the original test was against a lot of just sort of standard enemies, and the margins were really close.
Yeah, so my original DEF CON series, when it concluded, the controllers beat the defenders, but it was like very small differences. And so I'm wondering if you push the envelope, go to the extreme challenge end of the game, does that is that where those defender extra 5, 10%, whatever it is, 15% of their buffs, debuffs, is that where the difference for them will be? So that's why I wanted in this round to go ahead and challenge it. It's really incarnate kind of stuff. And the 801 series provides enough variety. There's, I don't know, like a dozen or so of these missions rather than just, oh, let's run a task force. I think this gives us more variety. And it also locks you into that level 50. Whereas if you go to like Incarnate Zone, you'll get your other level shifts. And that really turns into a joke because now you're level 53 taking on 54s. I don't care if they're incarnated or not.
What the fuck? I'm stunned.
Jesus, yeah. I think I might get some Sonic shit hit me. Is that quicksand? Or some beam just hit me or something.
I'm stunned.
Those gremlin pets were just going off the chain so much.
Got the Sonic crap out here.
Resummon pets, get the shields up again. Yeah, Tanky's really hanging tough now. I'm not sure what happened in the very first engagement that got him killed if he didn't have something on or toggled or whatever. That fire breath coming from his palm looks cool as hell. So cocky they're talking. What happens if we don't wipe? Well, we go to the next mission.
Oh shit! I jinxed it.
Yeah, now I'm remembering why. At the time, I was like, why is Camelot always like up in the middle of everything? And now I'm remembering, oh, because he's electric control. You want to be there to, stand on top of your patch and leverage your aura. So that was some ballsy play. I'm so mad that my freaking chat log didn't record this stuff. This was like some sweet. I was wondering if when I went into AE, it somehow shut it off. I don't know. I haven't remembered testing in AE if the chat log works or not. Because if it doesn't work, then I have to rethink all my testing plan.
Oh, and you praise your supporter.
the last guy right here. So it's a 2-hour time limit. We finished in like 20 minutes. All right, so 20 minutes to take on that first one.
Praise be to your ice shields. All right, we're gonna kick 801.2, I think, is next.
Yeah, I skipped to 8010. I went 8011. Now I'm doing 8012.
Juice up.
And I don't know if there's any like best pattern to follow or not when you're doing these, because he's got multiple types of some of these, and a couple of the ranges there's only one or two.
All right, this is round 2.
All right, second mission, different map. The enemy group is the same as the last, so we went 8011 to 8012. Stupid pets are already jogging down the ramp. Here comes a patrol. Prime Mortis gets in there immediately to get the. Staring at a noob trap here. I'm held. But now I see it's a shadow field I was in.
A noob trap.
Those guys up there. Looks like safe where it's got that shit locked.
What's going on up there, but it doesn't look good.
So I just start throwing crap up there too. I mean, my control is mainly just drop shit onto something and hope and pray. I don't think ice control is very precision anything. So it wasn't as bad as it could have been. If there was another group over here on the left, that would have been an issue. But instead, we got a patrol that came down and split their aggro. But then these guys all come up. So I don't know how they all got aggroed. If they just saw something or what.
Tanky is, but he is. It's like every time I want to get the big heal off, I got stunned or something.
Yeah, I start noticing a lot more mez as we progress through this. And I have no way to get out of it other than to break free. And a lot of the mez that's hitting you is a patch or some AoE. So it's hard to not get hit, even if you're not aggroing.
Watch your asses.
Yeah, here's a good example again of using your camera panning to your advantage. So, all the action's up here, right? And if you 100% focus that way, too many different colors here, you're going to miss what I'm seeing down here. Right, there's a second group right here. This is how you get a lot of this over aggroing. So you got a huge group of enemies up top here. And if you only focus this way, because hey, there's a lot of guys, you miss this potential. And these guys then could, again, come up from behind, come up the stairs. Now you got a second group obliterating you because everybody's focused up here. So what I'll almost always do in a scenario like this is while I'm in an animation lock is I'll pan the camera, right? So I'm panning my camera. For me, it's what hold down my right mouse button and just swivel my mouse so I can pan my camera and look around and see, oh, warning. And then I can either mention a warning, type it out, or attack the warning, or go, yeah, hey, that's not a big deal. We're fine as long as we stay here. Of course, the big issue with us aggroing are all these damn pets, right? I've got pets. Gamelock does, Safer does, and I don't know if the other guys were using their Incarnate pets, but I'm seeing Incarnate pets. I'm seeing Control pets. There's pets everywhere, and these things go all over the place, especially with any burn patches and things.
Yeah, below too. Watch your asses.
Now here's where I started getting jealous of Safe Word because I'm like going, ooh, if I had Grav, I saw that group down there, I would have freaking wormholed their ass and dropped them up here. I don't know if Safe Word saw them down there or not, or if it was even ready, but I would love doing that crap because, like, here at this point, we've got most of these guys killed. And so, speed things up, I'll just go ahead and snatch some fools and just dump them here because we're all just sitting here. We still have some of our AoE patches and things. We might as well take advantage and just drop them. So I'm going, man, gravity would be nice to have right about now. Every time I play with another gravity control, I'm like, what?
What are you, or Gremlin? What are you doing?
There, yeah, like Gremlin. Why are you going down there?
Go back this way.
All right, so here you'll see what I just did. So I see Gremlin going nuts.
Go back this way.
I try to get position. So I come over here. Again, I'm trying to avoid aggro, so I'm staying in the distance. And I'm buffing up the Gremlin. I don't know if he's been shielded or not. But my assumption at this point, the fight was right here. So when I jump down and I don't see the fight here, I'm like, well, where the hell's the fight? Then I kind of catch it and hear it over here to the side. So then you'll see me move or jump across here to get eyes on it. And then as soon as I come over here to get eyes on what the fight is all about, what do I see my ally doing? Primordius is here, taunting. And immediately I'm like, I don't want to be standing here because this is now going to bring all this pain in this direction. Here's me standing right next to him. So any AoE explosions are freaking going to hit me. So now watch what I'll do to get the hell out of there. Now I shift my position over here
Get in a nice place.
and I make the comment, I want to get in a nice place. So now I've got line of sight on all the action over here. And I can support my teammates and pets that are in this range. The only thing I'm worried about is over to my right. Is there a big group there or something I can within range to see me? So that's why you saw me over here at first. And I'm like, well, F this. I got to get over here so I can keep this in my sight as well in case shit starts going down. So I think a lot of this game is about your position of your character and just the angle your camera is. There I'm panning again. Like, okay, there is a guy over there, but that's just one.
These guys are not being held.
Yeah, I think they got some sort of mez protection. That's something else these 801s have is a lot of resistance to controls. See Primordius pause there and take a look. Notice. So Primordius is ahead. And he look right there. Pauses, pans, because he's looking. Hey, is my team following me? All right, this is a sign of a smart tank. Because yeah, you may have this great survival and you just dive in with it But then where's your team? Because your team might be getting mugged behind you somewhere and you never checked. And you're just skipping along like no big deal. Or you get overmatched and none of your support is with you. So I like what he's doing. He's pausing for a second, taking a quick look. He's like, yeah, one, two, three. All right, people are following me. Let's go. And then he continues. It's just simple stuff like that. Paying attention what the hell's going on that makes the difference. All right, and I'm shielding and going. Shield go, shield go. Try to stay in sight line of people. All right, the fight's going on. Let me get up here to see what I can do. Get in with their nice heat loss. Drop bombs. A lot of times in this set of missions, I was regretting not having Arctic air. I'm going, man, if I had Arctic air, I could be up there in close range. But remember, in my build video, I specifically made her a ranged controller, so she's hanging back, leveraging all the range stuff that ice control brings. And I didn't take glacier. I didn't take Arctic air. I'm just hanging back. Taking a pan, look around again. And whenever you see me doing this, I'm using a lull in the fight to re-shield. Right? I could throw some more chunks of ice at the guy and maybe take him down a few seconds sooner, but they've got this, right? My other teammates are fine. I'm gonna go ahead and start buffing while I have some chance and everybody's gathered in one area. Because that's the one way you can guarantee getting buffs on your team is in combat, because they're all right next to the enemy beating on them. It's way harder to try to buff, calling people up to you, gather for, buffs. Like, people aren't doing that shit. So buff and go. This gets hairy. All right, check this shit out. I don't like this position at all. Yeah, I don't think this was a good play. So Primordus comes down and parks himself here, and Mightless is right behind him, right? Because there's a group here, but there's also a group here, and there's at least one over here. And it's fine if you got two or three groups, but look at their position. They've got great flanking on us, right? You've got this group here is able to just rain, bombs from a distance. You got this group here is able to do the melee attacking. And this group here is really dangerous because they could easily start slipping around this way. Because the geometry is easier for them to go this way rather than just directly coming over here. But they can do both. They can come this way and they can come around this way. So if they come around this way, you've got a point of attack here. You got a point of attack here. You got a point of attack here. You got one here. These guys can start coming this way. Right now you've got not just three groups, you got 4 or 5 pockets of attack. You're so spread out. All of our defenses, all of our controls are now spread in like a 180-degree arc here. I don't want that. I want my focused in one area, a kill box. So what I would have liked to see in a scenario like this is, well, first of all, I probably would have pulled, maybe shot somebody over here. I don't know if Prime would have saw it. Maybe he came down, saw the group, and charged in, and at that point, it's going, oh shit, too late. But I think the other thing is you maybe get here and then dip over here, get yourself parked here, block some of that line of sight so that these guys who might be coming are going to have to come around and they can't directly shoot you. Same with these guys. They're going to come over here to get you. I would not want to punch any deeper. This is just too exposed right here. Or you come back here and sit here. That protects you again from these guys. But I think breaking the line of sight would have been a good move here. But he's playing a stone tank, and I see a lot of stone tanks do this. They stand like statues in the middle of a room, daring everybody to come at them. And maybe that works in most situations, right? Throw up your granite armor or something like that. But I'm always a fan of mobility. All right, so now we've got shit coming, right? You can see it over there. That's why I'm panning. I'm going, okay, I got to pan, but I'm putting my controls down while I'm looking. Keep my eye on it. I hear a wormhole going off. And I don't know if the wormhole just wasn't taking or what. Or could be they have bubbles. It looks like there's even another group. I don't know if it's a... There's a group here that I think is coming around the corner or something. Coming from... I think there's a hallway here. So they might be coming out of that hallway. You got a group here. You got the group there. You got a group here. I swear there's like 4 groups in here. Maybe it's just 3, though. So yeah, I don't know if wormhole was working all the time. Like teleportation.
Some patches over here.
Alright, so I'm trying to stop this frickin' bum rush over here. But that's an aggro on my ass. So I'm trying to keep them slowed, locked down as I can over there. And Wednesday's throwing his stuff onto the patches. I'm gonna scoot, man. I gotta scoot. I don't want to stand there. They're flanking us. I got to go into control mode. Holy shit. It's like a huge 719 hit. Alright, got to control this. A bunch of our pets over there. Okay, I mean, at this point, it's bedlam, right? This guy's in the back door here. We've got the pets and Safe Word are taking on this guy. I come over here to help as well. So all the pets are pretty much locked in here. Gremlin's going off up here, doing God knows what. Jack's here in the middle. Here's Gamalocks up here. I don't know where Primordius went. I think they're over by the main door. There's just shit scattered everywhere. This was really a bad move by us. We should have tucked in behind some cover, you know, not really there, but probably back here, or again, this pillar over here, and bring this shit to you. The AI is stupid. They're gonna come if they can't see you. All right, now this guy's right here is a big ass EB. You know, I'm a little baby icy controller. I'm not EB killer with this character. So I'm sitting here trying to whittle this guy down, keep him locked down at least a little bit. And then Safe Word's over there. I don't know if she's attacking him yet. But this guy is going to jack us up any second now. Gotta slow him down. I'm like, yo, EB is on you. Watch out. I don't know what's going on deep over there. Why they're all focused. I don't know if Primordius is way over there. There's like 2, 3 different fights going here at once. I'm just trying to make sure everybody's shielded up. There's Primordius. Stupid bubble. Stupid bubble. This freaking bubble. It's ridiculous. I don't know if it's the sergeant as the bubble. Well, you're seeing this room. It's true. Everybody did do their own thing. Good call. Mightless called it. Yeah, this is bad. I didn't like this either. Immediately, I'm like, oh no. This is like a noob trap, I think. Let's check this out. Coming out here. Bam, yep, look, noob trap. Look at your sight line. Your sight line is, ooh, fresh meat enemies. But there's a group over here. It might be down the ramp, but there's a group over here somewhere. Now, if they're down the ramp, you can get away with it. But if they're right there, dude, they're on you. They're gonna see you. Oh, this is gonna be bad, I think. If I remember what happens correctly. Alright, we just saw Mightless go over there. Primordius getting worked. So supporting him. Freaking Mightless, I think, just pulled everybody up this way. I'm getting shot to crap. Yeah, look at these guys over here. It's like, where do you even go at this point? Got guys to the left, guys to the right. I don't like this at all. Gamma. So we got split. I'm trying to help both sides. I can't. Gamma's getting shredded. This guy in the bubble is pushing me.
Getting fucked up.
This is a bad play. We're splitting. Got the bubbles are pushing us into the wall. It's pushing me. I can't get position. And then I occasionally had little glitches like that where just like my character froze and I couldn't do anything. And I don't know if it was some this effect that was glitching my graphics card or what. This is crazy. There's just so much going on. But here's the thing. I mean, you got a team of 5 incarnates. You know, we couple of us, 3 of us could have done about the same is what you're seeing. So you were able to split the team and not suffer horribly. You can see most of the characters have the ability to hang tight for a minute or so by themselves. Gives you time to kind of get back and forth if you need to. The problem is this support set is not that kind of a thing. Like if you're playing empathy, yes, it's easier. You kind of bounce back and forth, heal, heal, whatever. I'm throwing a shield, and if the shield's not good enough, well, then it doesn't matter if I'm there or not. You're going to get hit. So I'm bouncing back and forth just to make sure the shield's good, and then just dropping some controls, dropping some debuff, trying to just soften up targets as much as I can, give the team a chance to recover and get their shit together. Oh yeah, oh my god. This is total fucking noobish. This is the room of doom, right? So you got this big center platform here. This room. Big center platform. So it's essentially a big square. And there is a couple groups on it. Let's say here's that ramp you're looking at. And then there's a couple other side ramps that go up. Drawing this like crap. That go up this way. But then there's catwalks around here, there, there. And there's groups here, 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 here. And then there's usually another group down on the bottom on the far end. So you've got what, 1, 2, 6, 7 groups within aggroable range. This one back here is not, super risky, but for sure, you go up here in the middle, you're going to get attacked from every side. Now, here's what is happening that I don't like. We've got Primordius is moving up the ramp. And I don't know if he forgot or doesn't know or whatever, but he's putting himself right here. So he's going to draw attention from a couple groups here. But the problem is this group. They're going to start dropping down. And if they start dropping down back here, that's going to cut off the rest of the team from him as these enemies are dropping down right on top of you. So it turns into an ugly mess. And then if more shit starts coming, you got aggro from all the different sides. And these guys will be up here shooting at you. They'll be over here shooting at you. And you can see from my camera, it's hard to see them. There's a group above us on a catwalk. You can't even see it. So you're just getting shot from every vertical direction you can think. Summon the pets. Shield and buffing. All right, so Primordius backs off. You see he taunts and ducks. So good, right? Break line of sight. Hide over here. LOS, be gone. Enemies start coming down, and we can start, kill boxing right here. But unless we all get over here too, this isn't going to work so well, because as soon as all these enemies start coming down and the ones that are right above start aggroing, he's got the attention of like these guys will come down and go after the tank. But what about these guys? And so we're sitting here attacking these people as they're coming down, going around. And any of these upper guys see that or get hit by some stray, ice chunks or something, they're going to drop down right on top of us. And spoiler, yeah. Okay, goes the pet. Jack is dead. Now I'm starting to take aggro because Jack is effing up. Okay, start dropping pain right here. I don't know. You see distance now. We got more guys coming. Freaking Ion thrown up there. You got confused guys up there. It's like that force field bubble's giving them some mez protection too. Yeah, these guys at the top of the ramp are unfiltered. I'm held. Taking heavy fire. Dead. Nuked from above. All right, let me get out of there. Back off. Shot again. Shot again. Dead. Dude, that guy's whooping ass. Better back off. Back off. So yeah, we need to back off. Break line of sight. Whatever crazy shit is going on. Our freaking tank is held. Look at this shit. Alright, check this out. I don't know where the hell safe word is. Oh, wait, right there. Okay, so I'm dead. I got res and I floated back here and I died again. So boom. Then you got Mightless, safe word, and Gamma. We're down here collapsing on a position. And again, I'm like back off because I'm seeing this is our safety. Get behind this freaking wall, break line of sight. Bring the enemies in so you can start dropping pain right here. But Primordius is, where the hell is he? He's up here. Now watch what happens to him. This is freaking crazy when you see this happen. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? All right, here he comes. Look at him. He's frozen. He's held. When's the last time you see a stone tank held? Safe word. That guy's whooping ass. Better back off. And mind you, barrier's up right now. Safe word's getting shot. Safe word's dead. tank is dead because they got held.
Yes,
So now there's only two of us. And I was like, oh shit, this is on. And so I'm like, all right, I got to get up. I know it's risky because there's all of this well, it looks like some of it's controlled, but these guys are, uncontested. They're gonna come down. You've only got your scrapper who's playing hide and seek, trying to get shit to come around the corner. You got Gamalok trying to lock down as much as they can here. But you got Guy way over here now too. Guys all over here. I mean, this is not a defensible position right here. You got to get over here. So I got to get up, and I have a couple options, right? I got a wakey, and then I got my AE res power here. Remember, there's no going to the hospital.
2, 3, up. 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'm getting shot, but I can get myself moving.
Oh, I didn't know that's what the level.
And I can start bringing controls.
I got here.
And it's got to throw everything. Go full control mode. Now Primordius is up. Primordius is down. Safe words up. Safe words down. It's bad. It should have just stayed there. Pets are dying by the dozen. They broke in containment. They're coming in.
Gotta back off here.
Okay, bring them to us. Get out of there, Gamma. Yeah, I'm just taking heavy range fire.
Break line of sight.
This room is no joke. Yeah, you just figuring it out. Start dropping bombs. Pets. I don't want to be going toe to toe with that big bastard back there. And I just saw there's another group to the left. Just caught sight of a force field bubble. Alright, safe where it's up again. Alright, Mortis is up again. I'm just dropping shit right here. Give him some space. Just keep my line of sight broken. Alright, got this shit under control now. Yeah, that was just like too many guys. Had this group over here gotten aggroed from a pet or something, that would have been a team wipe. Just drop the bombs around the corner.
I don't know if we can shut those guys' bubbles off or not. It's getting ugly, huh?
Ugly stick. Alright, Primordius is going deep again. I get like lingering radiation or something on me. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm immobilized. I'm slowed.
Effing hit by some rad shit.
How slow people are. I get gamma lock. God, I've never seen an animation.
Slow resistance.
It's like caltrops or something on the ground. But there's something like some sort of patches there slowing us down too. Oh, look at this. I'm like, I can't move.
Drops.
Whatever that 2930 number is up here, like, what is that?
Drops. Still can't even freaking move.
I don't know what that is on me. Is that lingering radiation? What is that?
It's like I can't do anything.
I'm held.
It's like effed. Give me something. Come on. I don't know what the hell it hit me with here.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
It's drops the whole time?
See, that might be one of those new um, versions of one of those old powers. I forget which ones got changed, but there was, oh God, what was that? Like the time bomb thing, for instance, that temporal bomb. I don't know if that was what happened, but the time bomb now slows you down and speeds up your enemies or something. Creates this patch upon detonation. It's actually a pretty good power. Is that what that was? I don't know. So these enemies have a lot of tricks up their sleeve, which is what's fun about it. And I don't know if Linnea is still making these or not, but it'd be cool to have some updated ones for these newer powers that are out lately. This is dangerous. It's like 3 groups in here. Possible aggro on the left and right as well.
It's freaking repulsion field.
These guys are broken loose. Spread out again. Jesus. Dan, I'm like, I'm like drooling. Going, man, I wish I had wormhole. I would grab those guys in the back, just dump them in here. Look at all these a-holes.
Fuck's held me.
Imagine if you didn't have the confuse. These guys would be just like double the amount of incoming.
Where are those guys going? Jesus. But they're escapees. Doom.
Oh, no.
He's dead.
All these juicy targets everywhere. Taking heavy fire again from these guys way back there. This guy's back here by himself, some boss.
pets on his ass.
So I hate getting one-on-one in the back because now I'm lost sight of my team.
Freaking immobilized. It's a sticky situation, huh?
Oh, gosh. I mean, taking on like one group at a time is not a problem. But these 801s, they're pretty notorious for like this sort of thing where people from range just see you and start attacking. Like that would have never happened in a regular mission.
Freaking stuck. I hit a few of them while I'm here.
Slowed again.
Brutal.
Like, what is this number thing that has me? 30 something. Like, what is that? I don't know what the hell effect that is.
Mm. And they like it.
Does it have some unknown effect?
Back room.
So we see this group down here, 3 of us, but at this point,
Oh shit, never mind.
Primordius has engaged the next
Spanked.
group. Another bad spot. Look at these guys. You can see them down, those little bastards. I really like playing the panning while you're fighting. There's on these especially, there's so many hidden groups. So you got, your obvious group up here, going come and get me. But look, there's a group down here, and they were like on both sides. So if it's 2 different groups, just one big one over here. But anybody that gets close to the railing over here or over here is going to get seen and trigger aggro, which is like what this is designed to do, trigger aggro. And I've never seen a group spawn like right there. So that's what makes me think that's like a custom placement as well. There goes Gamma. Gamma's getting rocked. I think there's guys behind us. Getting shot by his damn beams. I'm like, gotta try to break some line of sight. Hit up the cryonic. Beam rifle again. These guys everywhere.
Kill this asshole.
Again, I'm like stuck in a 1v1 situation. I don't see what's happening over here. So at that point, I'm like, F it. I'm not going to deal with them. I'm going to move towards the team. Let's safe word deal with them. I mean, I want to stay close enough to most of the teammates so that they're getting in my Arctic fog buff. three of us are hitting them. So the pets are like so passive now that there's the control. So it's like unless you set them on red, a lot of times they stand there, especially if you're a control character. Because when you have something under control, your pets aren't seeing them as aggro anymore, so they don't attack. All right, there was a group we left in the other room. And there's one more group as well. I think this is gone like about 30 minutes now.
Dude, what else we got? Backdoor stuff?
Nope.
Hiding here.
Okay, so we go a little bug hunt. There's another side passage here. I like that mindless is just pulling around the corner. Or mindless, mightless, mindless, mightless, whatever. Mindless climax sounds like some sort of adult film.
And I'm really wishing I had Arctic Air with this mission.
For sure. Narrow ass hallway. This next room coming up is dangerous. Another potential noob trap sitting here. So there's narrow hallway, and you come around the corner. There's a ramp right there, and there's a platform up top, but it does this sort of a jobby where the ramp comes up through this gap. But there can be guys all along here that can see you as you come up this way. And of course, guys here. And there's sometimes guys down in here. So you come around the corner without looking too much. Maybe you see a guy here like, oh, I'm going to attack. And then bam, you start getting shot from above. That, of course, aggroes more guys. And they just start piling on you. And you can't see. They have a perfect little kill box set up here.
Oh, I don't like this at all.
Primordius, get out of there. Oh, God. Yeah, we got so many different types of controls. These enemies really don't know what to do. How many of these guys are confused all the time? I swear, if we didn't have confused, this would have been a way different story. I think for sure we would have wiped before now. All right, that is the second mission. There are two more, but I'm going to stop here and call this part 1 of this threat assessment, because the next mission's not too long, but the one after that, the fourth one, is like marathon, because we are an hour and 16 into the video, and it goes another hour after this. So we've only made halfway through the actual AE missions in this video. So let's pause it here. Let's stop the vid. We'll pick it up with part 2, because I gotta go get some coffee or something. But there you go. Catch you in the next installment. Peace out.